An hour from Paris, the Château de Chantilly is one of the most beautiful castles in France. Built in 1358, its princes greeted Louis XIV for sumptuous banquets. In the 19th century, Henri d'Orléans, Duke of Aumale, restored the chateau and turned it into an exceptional museum, containing the second largest collection of paintings in France after the Louvre. Restorers, gardeners, and horse riders. In the wings, more than 100 people work every day for its upkeep. Nicole Garnier, chief curator for the past 24 years, presents the chateau's most famous painting.
This copy of Raphael was acquired by the Duke of Aumale. The Condé Museum at the Château de Chantilly had it restored in 1976, which is quite recent, and the restorers realized it wasn't a copy but a real Raphael. Why hadn't we noticed? Because the varnish had turned so dark. It was filthy and yellow, and it was on finding this number 133 that we were able to identify the painting as an original by the master himself.
On the wall of the chateau hang two other Raphaels, the Three Graces and the Orléans Madonna, an exceptional collection which requires constant maintenance. Another event awaits Nicole Garnier, the return of a freshly restored painting, an Italian landscape by the painter Salvatore Rosa.
It's okay, there's enough room.
Yes, it'll get through, but mind the chandelier.
To the left.
Left to left, watch the chandelier.
Nice and easy, don't force it. Just catch hold of it. Okay, great.
The canvas is painstakingly returned to its frame.
That's it, as gently as possible.
All done. Not bad.
Not bad, that's good. Well done.
While inside the museum the painting is back in place, outside work is only beginning for the head gardener Thierry Basset.
This ash is in a terrible state. It died standing.
Like in the days of Le Nôtre, every winter Thierry and his crew replace the dead trees and drain the ditches before replanting.
When André Le Nôtre arrived at Chantilly, what did he find?
Marshland. And like all marshland, you have to drain it. It was a huge job, digging ditches so he could drain the marshland. Today, the work we're doing is a continuation of that of the godfather of gardening, André Le Nôtre. All right, guys.
In André Le Nôtre's day, there were 400 gardeners.
Hoover up all these leaves so it looks nice and clean for the weekend.
These days, only 14 gardeners work the 280 hectares of the estate, and every winter gather 300 metric tons of dead leaves, debris that risks blocking the park's 17 fountains.
Okay, open it up a bit.
There's a blockage.
There might be a blockage in the pipe. There's a big difference compared to the others.
They have to climb 9 meters above the parterre gardens to find the source of the fountains, the Bassin du Prince. Thierry Basset also oversees the maintenance of this reservoir, which feeds all the fountains on the estate. Behind this gate is a 7-kilometer-long covered aqueduct. It originally brought drinking water to the castle before the work by Le Nôtre.
In the 17th century, when André Le Nôtre discovered this aqueduct, an idea came to him. He decided to deviate it towards the Bassin du Prince to feed the fountains in the French-style parterre gardens.
Water is an essential feature of the French gardens, the showpiece of the Château de Chantilly. Chantilly is also the realm of horse riding. A stone's throw from the fountains are the largest stables in Europe, built by the Prince of Condé in the 18th century. It's here that stables director Sophie Bien-Aimée trains her horses and ponies for the future equestrian show held 3 times a year. A daily task involving a team of 30 people.
How about Orfeo?
Orfeo this morning? No problem. We'll get cracking.
He got a bit wet, sorry.
I can see that. Never mind.
I'll leave you to it then.
Okay, see you later.
Lots of jobs to do this morning, like every morning. The grooms are cleaning the boxes. And at the same time, Roger, our farrier, is here with his assistant Anthony to re-shoe the horses.
Taking care of the horses' hooves is the daily task of the farrier.
It's just like us and our shoes. When our toenails grow too long, they can interfere with how we walk or even cause us to trip over.
Meanwhile, Sophie does her makeup and dresses up like in the days of Louis XIV.
Is Swazik in her cage? Oh, right, okay. Everything's ready then. We can start.
During this dress rehearsal, which lasts more than an hour, Sophie and the other performers run through the routines of an equestrian version of Beauty and the Beast. Every year, almost 500,000 visitors flock to Chantilly to discover its treasures of the past, bringing crucial income to a castle which spends more than an annual €4 million on the upkeep of this gem of French heritage.